Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Hardcore Heroes. Forgot what we were doing for a moment.
Here we are. Okay.
So, let's take a look at the map. You are here at this bridge. The wagon is here. Carriage, I should say. Jeeves is on his way to Bon May, and you want to get the hell out of Dodge.
So I asked the lady in this tavern what the best city to sail to Akuban is.
Sandashar is the capital.
No, but I mean, where best to sail to Sandashar from in Druckus?
Ah, I see. Well, any of the port towns. Bon May will be the closest, followed by Kurshwikk. Kurshwikk might be a little bit faster, more direct by sea. Bon May might be a little bit closer.
Very well. Thank you for the advice. I think I'll head to Kurshwikk. Let's see how far away that is.
Have a pleasant day.
Thank you. How do I do the line again, Neal? Whoa. Whoops.
Whoa.
Did not mean to do that. Why can't I do the little line thing anymore? Oh, here it is, the ruler. 40 miles, right?
Mm-hmm.
Giant eagle flying speed is 48.
So you can easily do 40 miles in a few hours.
Great. So I will polymorph self and fly to Kurshwikk.
Excellent. You arrive in Kurshwikk.
2.5 hours later.
Yeah, that's why this shit is borking on me. Interesting. Okay. You fly to Kurshwikk and arrive 2.5 hours later.
Marvelous.
Lovely.
I land outside the city and walk in via the gate rather than try and sneak in.
Sure. It's an open town. There's no walls around it. There's just some, fences holding off some farmland and an old hillbilly farmer hanging out on the fence. And as you begin to walk by, he starts calling at you, "Oi! Oi, bloke! Oi!"
Remember this encounter? Do you remember this from my audition for Hardcore Heroes? The same thing happened. I go to this guy on the fence. "Yes, sir. How can I help you?"
"You got a funny walk, What's wrong with you, huh? You got one leg shorter than the other?"
"No. What's wrong with you? Why are you just insulting random people on the way into town?"
"And what's with that? Huh? Are you wearing a dress? Huh? Are those robes so baggy as to be a dress? Oi, look, bloke in a dress, guys, look. Oi."
Is he sat on the fence? I go up to him, push him off the fence.
Yeah, he's just sat on the fence.
Shove him off. Who the fuck do you think you are?
Give me an opposed strength check. I'll give you advantage because he's awkwardly on a fence. Oh shit, he still rolls a 28.
Damn it.
You have an advantage, so try again. Right, you get 2 die rolls. Yeah.
No.
You give him a shove, and he just kind of like leans back into it and gets back up and goes, "Oh, bloke in a dress that can't shove an old man over. Get out of here. Go on, you wanker. Get out of here."
Son of a bitch. I suggest you apologize. Can I cast suggestion out?
All right, you wanker. I apologize. You're only a half wanker. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to take up your time. You must be going somewhere in a hurry in a dress like that.
This guy's got very strong magical resistance that he can still manage to insult me.
Yeah, I mean, he's apologizing, but yeah.
Okay, well, I'll sell myself with that. A battle well fought. I nod. Thank you, I guess. And I'll carry on into the city.
He's a professional heckler. It's what he does. He's
He really
always
is.
on that fence. Okay. You can make it into Kurshwikk proper.
Yeah.
And I don't know how much time you want to spend here. We could just grab a boat and take off immediately, or you can fuss around in town if you have things you want to do.
No, I have nothing really I want to do here. Let's just grab a boat and head off to Sandashar.
All right. It is going to be... How many days will it take you to get to Sandashar?
It's going to be a long, long time before
It's about 300 miles, and you're going to go a little less than 50 miles a day. So it'll take you, let's call it a week to get to Sandashar.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. A week.
Yeah, so
I've got anything to do.
We will be arriving in Sandashar somewhere in the vicinity of February 14, somewhere in that vicinity.
Okay.
Pretty near to that date.
All right.
I'm sure the wiki will have a more accurate count eventually. All right, make it to Sandashar.
Not been to Akuban before, so this is interesting. The people on the ship, are they Akuban or are they Druckusian?
They are neither. Akuba and Drekis have some pretty bad blood between them, and there's not a lot of travel between these two places.
Right.
So this is actually a what do we call it? A Matavan ship that is picking up some goods in Drekis and sending them to Akuba. And you just booked passage there. It's not really a passenger ship here.
It's Matavan. Is it all women, the crew?
It is all women, yes. Except for the rowers. The rowers are all men, and they're all shackled to their chairs.
Are they looking down on me, these women?
They deem not to recognize you, basically. You know, they give you permission, you board, and then they just don't see you at all. You know, you don't cross their radar.
Weird. All right, I just keep a low profile. I'm not interested in killing women on a boat.
Yeah.
Last time we had battle on a boat, all hell broke loose. So campaign ended. So
yeah, it's not a
best avoiding it. All right, yeah. So I want to ask then one of the rowers. Oh, they probably don't know, do they? Like, is there anyone else on the boat who's a passenger? No, it's just me.
Yeah, it's just you. You're the only passenger here.
I attempt over the week to strike up a conversation with someone who will talk to me, but if no one wants to engage in conversation, then I guess never mind.
Sure. Let me make some rolls here. Give me a charisma check. If you can make a DC 21 charisma check, you can start up a conversation. Yeah.
Charisma's 10. I'll just check. Yes.
Yeah. You know what? One of the women, the one that beats the drums for the rowers, and will strike up a conversation with you at some point. Like, you know, when she's off duty and someone else is drumming, you'll find her in the mess hall where you can grab your food, and you start talking to her, and she actually like meets your gaze and acknowledges your existence.
That's nice. Well, I'm not going to press that issue. I want to ask about Akuba and say, I've never been to Sandashar or even Akuba before. What's it like there? Is it hostile to foreigners or?
No, quite the opposite. They're fairly open and accepting. I've even seen goblins trading gemstones in the city. Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. What about wizards? Are they superstitious or? I've been to some places where they don't like you if you're a wizard.
She shakes her head. I believe they have 1/13 of their entire government is dedicated to assisting or helping wizards or something to do with magic.
Oh, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Have you spent much time there in Sandashar or?
She shakes her head. Just pick up this, drop off that, sell some people, buy some people.
Have you ever heard of Harazim? Does that name mean anything to you?
She makes an intelligence check and fails and shakes her head. No.
Okay, well, hey, it's nice talking to you. How's Matava this time of year?
Beautiful. Wonderful.
Sweet. You have that green dragon down there, right?
Zorthis? Yeah. Not much of a problem.
She had children, you know.
Mm-hmm. Probably will have more children.
Yeah, one of them settled outside my town, actually.
Really?
I had to drive it away, yes.
She peeks up at this. Tell me more.
It just turned up one day and made itself at home in the mines. Next thing, clouds of green or yellowish green vapor was coming out of the edges of the mine. And then it was demanding tribute from us. But I managed to set up some siege weapons and drive it away. But unfortunately, it escaped with its life.
How fascinating.
Yes. I wonder where it is now.
She shakes her head. I wouldn't know.
Well, hey, nice talking to you. I'm here all week if you want to chat again.
She nods.
I just have a interesting relationship with men.
Well, not all those from Matava follow all the ways. My brother is my closest friend, she says.
I'm glad to hear it. Well, I'll let you get back to your meal. It's nice speaking with you. And yeah, I don't have anything else to ask these people, so.
She gives you the slightest of head inclines and goes back to doing her thing.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So I continue the journey.
Excellent. All right.
Wait to arrive. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess you arrive in Sandashar.
So before we get off the boat and get into this, I don't know. You said that Mohamda created some system where you can take hair or blood of the spellcaster and then use it to track wizards, right? Is that the Harazim family? Is that the right one? It's not Sandashar. Because
Sandashar is a place, not a group of people.
Sorry, not what's the other family called? The magic family. Shazar.
Ah, right.
It is Harazim and not Shazar.
I think Malachi's probably a little confused about how all this is going on, right? You've never been to Akuba, you've never talked to any Akubans before, so you're probably rightly confused. Who the hell is this person? What's going on?
Well, Harazim was their surname in the book of notable wizards. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. Yeah, so I'm a little bit confused about it. So I guess stepping off the boat into a new place, is it totally different from Eridon and Drekis, or much the same?
It is. It's different in construction type, like architecture. It's different in construction materials. It's different in population phenotype and clothing. And also, this is a fairly mixed dock that you're stepping out onto. There are plenty of humans around, but there's also a bunch of half-elves here. There's some gnomes and dwarves cruising about. You do see some goblins like trading goods, like goblins trading fish down by a dock over here. You even see some what look like hobgoblins, maybe, or half hobgoblins, or it's hard to tell exactly what sort of creature this is, but some monstrous or semi-monstrous races freely just chatting and talking with people in the streets. You also see a lot of town guard around the docks, but people seem to be doing fine.
The town guard, there's just like a heavy guard presence, is that what you're saying? Around the docks, yeah.
It's like,
what do they look like, the guards? What are they equipped with?
Like hoplite armor, breastplates, shin guards, spears, helmets, but, just like leather skirts. Something that will work, that's heavy armor, but like still breathable in this ridiculous, oppressive heat.
Am I going to struggle to communicate with people here?
You might struggle to communicate. Eridonian is sort of like the common tongue, so anyone that deals with people traveling around the world will probably speak Eridonian. Yeah. But if you head into the heart of the city, you might lose the ability to communicate. Because
Akuba's as far from Eridon as you could get, right? So
yeah.
Okay, so I don't the goblins seem to be speaking Akuban, are they?
Mm-hmm.
I assume they don't speak Eridonian. So I mean, I'll just walk through the dock, see what's on sale. If I see anything interesting, like if there's anything like Boren's Emporium from Redport or something like that, I'll check it out. But like magic item stores, sort of.
Sure. I mean, there are fascinating goods all over the place. You don't see anything that is advertising magical items for sale.
Yeah.
But there are little fascinating bits of things. There is like a magic store that sells like casting components and tools and beakers and apparatuses and equipment that you probably window shop at for a while.
Well, actually, so what I'll do is I'll go into that shop, and I've probably got components that I need to fill up on.
Sure, I bet you do.
Yeah, and I probably have my spell books cleaned or rebound or something like that. I don't know, maintenance on them. Anyway, what I want to do is spend some money at this shop to do things that I actually need to do, buy components, repair my spell books, things like that, and hopefully build up a bit of rapport with the person here. Do they speak Eridonian?
They do speak Eridonian, yes.
And are they a wizard?
They are a wizard. Her name is Rohana, which might strike a chord with you, but
yeah. So I speak to, Rohana, it's nice to meet you. My name is Malachi. I come from Eridon.
Ah, welcome, Malachi. Welcome to Sandashar and Rohana, the Shop of Wonders.
I used to, my mentor owned a magic shop. She was called Rohana as well.
Ah! Well, it's a common name for lovely ladies.
Yes, it is. After the great hero, I believe.
She was born here in Akuba,
Oh, really?
just south in Talushar.
Is she buried here? I wouldn't mind visiting her grave.
She makes a face. Hold on, I actually know this. Answer this question. Her burial is a secret. No one knows where she's buried. She died 1,500 years ago. But
Yeah.
to the person who finds her grave, they find all of her wonderful magic gears, her shield, her spear, her braces, her armor. Fantastic stuff.
That would be a nice find. Thanks for stocking me up on components. It's been a while since I've visited a good store. You know, I'm actually in Akuba doing a little bit of research for a book I'm writing. Maybe you could help me out, answer some questions. Would you be available for that?
Of course, I would be happy to. Just one small thing of fee.
Ah, yes, sure. How much? You mean for the components or for the questions?
The questions.
Ah. How much?
1 drop of your blood.
Why do you need that?
Is the cost.
Nah, I think I'll.
You
You
sure?
sure? Can we not just pay gold? Why do you want my blood? I've heard that wizards in Akuba do weird things with blood of other wizards. Use it to track them. Interesting, actually, because it's part of the subject matter of my book. I'm writing a treatise on some of the more influential wizards that have existed through the ages, and I was going to do a chapter on Mohamda, the founder of the Harazim family, I believe, the one who came up with this magic that you're suggesting.
His name is not Mohamda?
No?
No.
Who is Mohamda then?
She cocks her head to the side. Mohamda, what wizard live in far west? Tower in forest for a while. Something like that.
Which forest?
Mohamda Woods.
Ah.
Yeah. Long time ago. Is I do not know much about him. Historical figure. You know.
Yes. Is the woods, are they dangerous? What's there?
Monsters.
What kind of monsters?
Well, you give me drop of blood, I tell you what sort of monsters.
No, I'll be alright, thanks. I'll ask the time
You
guard.
sure?
Yeah, I don't want you tracking me wherever I go, thanks very much.
I cannot track you. I do not know how to do such things. It's
So
beyond me.
why do you want my blood then?
Is fee. His cost.
Some sort of necromancy?
No. Certainly
What's- Sounds like necromancy.
not. Sounds like a reasonable price to get all the answers you want.
I don't understand what you'd want with blood of mine. If it's not
Then
for this tracking spell.
Why do you care?
Well, because I think it is for the tracking spell.
Oh. Oh.
It's fine. I'll speak to someone else. Thanks for the components.
Okay.
I refrained from tipping. It did not go as planned. But I'll try captain of the guard, like a town guard or something. I'll go and speak to them. Track one of them down. Hope that they don't ask for any of my blood. So excuse me, guard. May I speak to you?
All right, you stop one of the guards, and she hails
Yeah.
you and walks up to you with one of her companions nearby, still keeping an eye about. Yes, she says in a gruff voice.
I'm an adventurer from Eridon, and I was planning a journey into the Mohamda Forest. Is it? And I was wondering how dangerous it is.
She takes a look at you. There are monsters there. Can be dangerous.
What kind of monsters, though?
Oh, you know, the smart ones with weapons. The dumb ones that are there but not there. The ones that arise from the ground below you and drag you down before you know what hit you.
What? Okay. It's like Riddle Town. All right. I'll. Thanks for the information. milady. You have a good day.
She waves at you.
Turn around. This place is tricky. I'll go and try and find an inn, I suppose.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I head to like the nice part of town.
Yeah, you can, as you leave the dock area, which sort of has its own like enclosure and walls, there's a second set of guards that sort of keep the dock area separate from the city area. And they will stop and question you as to what your purpose is here and sort of poke around and nose in your business pretty heavily, including asking your name and where you're from.
I don't mind giving them, I'll tell them my name's Malachi and I'm from Eridon.
Sure, yeah. And so they'll jot all of this information down. And what do you say your purpose for visiting is?
I say I'm writing a book on influential wizards of the past centuries.
All right. They take it. They're not concerned about that. They make the marks and wave you on through.
Great.
And you can find one of the nicer establishments in town. It'll be a little costly. It'll be like a 400 copper a day, 4 gold a day.
Ooh, that is expensive. Yeah, it's fine though.
But they will speak Eridonian here because it's a nice upscale establishment.
Yeah, that's good. I ask the innkeep then, once I'm settled into my room and stuff. I ask him if there's... Where would I go to hire mercenaries?
The docks. That's where they all are.
Okay, very well. Thank you. Do you serve food here, or is there somewhere you can recommend?
Of course.
Okay, great. I'll take my food in my room.
All right. They bring you food. They bring you drink. For 4 gold a day, you can get pretty good service.
Yeah. Okay, so what I want to do then is the next day, I'm going to look to maybe hire a couple of mercenaries, and then I'm going to try and... Well, is there a library in town, actually?
There is. Yeah, this is the capital city. There's a lot of good stuff here.
Yeah, so maybe I'll check out a library first, then see if they've got a bit more information on this Mohamda and his tower.
Sure. So you're looking for Mohamda, not the
That's the one who had the stuff
Harazim
with
guy.
them. Well, I thought it was Mohamda Harazim. That's what I was told.
Yeah, and here we have some conflicting information.
But I think it's definitely Mohamda that had the staff of the Magi, so that's what I'm interested in. If it seems that that's nothing to do with the Harazim, then that's fine.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you head to the library. Why don't you give me an intelligence check for your ability to quickly peruse and browse and come up with information.
Nailed it. 36.
Oh my god, 36 is fantastic. All right. So let's see what we find here. Ooh. Wonderful. So, first thing first is figure out who the hell is this Mohamda guy, who the hell is this Harazim guy, and who's got the staff of the Magi.
Yeah.
And what you come up with is that Mohamda and this guy called Falstaff were around at the same time and were kind of close working buddies. Mohamda was more of the antisocial, I want to like stay away from society and set up shop outside in the woods, while Falstaff was more of the I want to make the world a better place, and so I'm going to work within the bounds of society to improve everything.
Right. Yeah.
They were both extremely talented wizards, let's call them. Talented spellcasters. They die... Well, Falstaff died in 721. Mohamda just sort of disappeared. Like, people had seen him and interacted with him, and then that was the end of it. You know, eventually someone writes down, he's probably dead, maybe. We don't know. Okay. He just disappeared. So no one knows anything about where Mohamda is or went or vanished to. But they do say that he had a hidden secret tower in a forest, but that was, in the year, 720, so 780 years ago. And
sorry, my internet cut out a little bit there. Can you rewind about
Sure.
30 seconds?
So Mohamda disappeared, and no one knows where he is, but...
You assume he's dead.
Assume he's dead, because it was 780 years ago that he vanished. He was very fond of the area that is now known as the Mohamda Forest, but the Mohamda Forest also isn't that big of a place. Like, it's right near the main heart of civilization, and it's only 13 miles by 7 miles or 8 miles.
Yeah.
So in the intervening 780 years, every square inch of that has been probably searched 100 times for 100 different reasons.
Yeah. So his tower, what about his tower then? There's a tower there, is that presumably lost to the
What
ages?
did you rolled a 36? Okay, so we're
Yeah.
gonna say with this 36, you probably spend maybe a week in the library browsing books and stuff, because there's a lot of stuff to go through, and you want to get accurate information.
Yeah.
And so you'll find that he supposedly had a tower there, and the rumor at the time was that it was a secret hidden tower, but no one's ever found it. And it's not that big of an area, so maybe like the tower was a metaphor, or maybe it wasn't in the forest and that's why it was secret and hidden. He just made it look like he was from that area, but it's never been found. No one knows where it is, and it has been searched for.
Or it could be invisible or hidden some way.
It
Or
could
has
be
that- has that
invisible,
been-
certainly.
I do have a gem of true saying, so potentially.
Yeah.
helpful.
There is no writing in any of these books in the main library about that, but one would only presume that in 780 years, someone else has tried to search for an invisible tower. If they found it, they didn't report it to anybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so is there anything else about this guy? Like, did he spend time anywhere else?
He traveled all over quite a bit. He was one of them adventuring, traveling wizards doing this, that, and the other thing. He and his buddy Falstaff, who's the one who founded the Harazim family and had the wizard tracking system and everything,
Right.
were frequent fans of the Draken Ridge area. Apparently, they had made some sort of friend there. There was a brass dragon called Belurian who lives in the northern edge of the Draken Ridge that they were apparently buddies with together.
Okay. That's a lead.
Yeah.
Draken Ridge, that's where Georg's amulet was sealed away. In the Shadow Plane, that's where that tower or whatever what is. I wonder if they had something to do with that. When was the Lich? I don't know if I'm metagaming here. I don't know if that's a reasonable thing for me to relate the Lich, but was that around the same time that the Lich was conquering the world, or whatever it was?
No, I believe his activity predates the creation of the world, or is
Okay,
in that
nice.
like creation of the world time.
Okay, so it's sounding like maybe this dragon's the better lead rather than the Mahanda Forest. So I start asking around about how one would cross the Red Desert. By boat, maybe? Could you get a boat to Yettel?
Yeah, you could totally get a boat to Yatel. No problem.
Is Thaden Lod, is that Elven?
That is an elven fortified town. Yes.
Shit, alright. Cool, well maybe we'll do that then.
Yeah. So you're specifically looking for the Staff of the Magi, right?
Yeah, I think I just saw it that one time in that book in Stromheim, and it's captured my attention.
It does. The book that you're reading here does mention that both Falstaff and Mahamda were powerful wizards who each had their own staves. Mahamda was noted for his Staff of the Magi, while Falstaff was noted for his Staff of Light.
Ooh. I need to say what that does, the Staff of Light.
With a 36, you find some sort of like small notes in the margin that doesn't really make any sense, but it's shorthand, and after you kind of read through this book, you can pick up the shorthand of it, and it does mention that his Staff of Light, I'm going to give you some, I won't give you the exact properties, but I'll give them to you in a little bit more vague term. Of course, it can create light at will, like shine on and off. Apparently, it destroys darkness on touch and can create, set ablaze any sort of lighting situations nearby. It has been used to blind people. Apparently, Falstaff, once he became a noble, he would hold court, and those that had betrayed him, he would blind with his Staff of Light by like shining a ray at them and burning out their eyes. It also was, it was also useful for something about like, there's a description about a battle in a dark place that he and one of his other family members were doing. They were underneath the Draken Ridge Mountains, and in it there's, a bard was following with them, and there was something about using the staff and illuminating all of his enemies, even in the pitch black. But it's not clear exactly how that works.
Interesting. I bet something like that would be useful in fighting the Shadow Dragon. Does it say where Falstaff is buried? If he's more of a link to this royal family as...
He's buried in Sandashar.
Yeah, so like you can go... Is he buried with his staff as well, or is that not said?
He is buried in a very fancy tomb here in Sandashar. With all... I mean, it just says he was buried with his possessions in the main crypts.
You know, I don't know how likely it is that the Akubans would have some magical defenses on the tombs of these people. It seems pretty likely, so I'm not just going to wander into that willy-nilly. That seems more dangerous. If Muhammad's like buried out in the Red Desert, which I did hear someone say that at some point, or read that somewhere, that she was buried in the Red Desert. So I'm hoping that that's the case, and maybe this dragon can help me find where that might be. So I think I will get a boat to what was it called?
Yetel?
Yetel, yeah. And go looking for a dragon.
Sure.
They're friendly, right, these bronze dragons?
Sure.
Generally.
Yeah.
Generally friendly, yeah.
Yeah.
Or good, at least.
Yeah, they're not evil creatures. Okay. So you've spent a week and change here in Sandashar reading up on all these things, sort of exploring the area, perusing these bits at 4 gold a day for a week, 4 times, let's call it 9 days. So that'll be 36 gold. I think you have basically unlimited gold though, don't you?
Yeah, I'm not recording gold, but maybe I should have, so much gold like carrying with me. I mean,
yeah.
I've got like gems worth a couple of thousand gold on me, so.
Okay, that'll probably satiate you.
Yeah.
At some point we might want to. At some point you'll run out of funds.
Yes, yeah. You'd start making money again.
Okay, but for now we're fine. So 9. It's gonna be like a. I should have just did those calculations. What was it? Divided by 48. It's gonna be like a 10-day boat ride to Yetel. So.
Okay. I asked these guys in the boat if they know about the dragon. I want to ask about the dragon and Thaden Lord as well. Is that friendly to humans? Like, could I actually go there, or will the elves kill me if I go there?
Well, first things first. The dragon, Belurian the Brass. They say.
Okay.
Brass, bronze, shit. Which one is it? Brass. Yeah, Belurian the Brass. Well, says what the sailor you're talking to, a young man. I have been all over this coastline. I've seen things. I've seen flying rocks down south near Drekis, the scum that there are there. I've seen harpies. I've seen griffins. But I ain't never seen this Belurian the Brass.
Well, maybe you ain't looking hard enough.
How do you miss a dragon, huh?
I don't know.
They blot out the sky, right?
They can be sneaky, though.
Well, I ain't ever seen them. I think the scam. I think it's just a ploy to keep people away from the city. Dangerous people away from the city.
Maybe so. But I'm going to see what I can do. I would love to see another dragon.
Perks his interest for a moment when you say another, but he doesn't press the issue.
Yeah. I don't believe people when they say that there's no dragons, because I've heard all that shit before, Neal. No shadow dragon. Yeah, right. Look where that got me. Almost got me in.
All right.
Yeah. And what about Thaden Lord? Is it welcoming or not?
I wouldn't call them welcoming. Non-hostile, maybe?
Non-hostile. That's okay.
Non-hostile. They prefer to do their trading in Yetel. You can, under right circumstances, spend a night there. But, they're pretty prickly, them elves.
You can find the elves in Yetel trading, if I want to speak with them. Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay, great. That's helpful, thanks. I'll let you get back to your rowing.
He gets back to his rowing. You make it to Yetel 10 days later.
Okay. Alright, so I think, let me see if we need to switch some spells up here. Might just swap out Advanced Illusion for... What would a dragon like? I wonder if it's worth making a teleportation circle around out here. No, not a job for another day, perhaps. Learman's Hidden Lodge. Does this actually cost 1,000 gold every time you want to cast it? Is that what it is?
Is that what it is?
I'm just checking. It's something like that, though. Yeah. It's not. It's not in the player's handbook. Which one is it in? Let's see. Hidden Lodge. I just can't remember if the gem is reusable or not. Oh, it's only a diamond worth 100 gold. But actually, do I have the other one? No, I don't think I do. I'm going to take that, just in case I need to spend the night in the mountains. I will, in Yatel, exchange a couple of gems into diamonds worth around 100 gold, just so I can cast that. Yeah, okay. Alright, so if it's nighttime, I'll stay a night here, and then I'll ask around about the dragon in Yatel. Has anyone seen it? Is there like a sage here or something like that?
Yeah, you can find a sage here in town. Let's see. You are... How do we want to do this? So how do you go about finding a sage?
I just ask around. I say that I'm researching for a book that I'm writing, and I'd like to speak to like a town elder or someone who knows about the local history, the area. I ask my innkeeper that or something.
Yeah. You get brought to a gentleman in the library in Yatel. Particularly, I'm just trying to pick up his name. What's his name? Oren is his last name. Her last name, I should say. Her name is Martha Oren. Lady Martha Oren would be the appropriate name. She is the head of the family here in town. Let me just make this note for later.
Okay. All right, yeah, so
There we go.
Martha, I'm researching...
Lady Aura, please.
Lady Aura, sorry, my apologies. I've been at sea too long, I've forgotten myself. I apologize. I am doing research for a book I'm writing, and I was hoping to find some information about the Balorian the Brass, the dragon that lives in the mountains.
She chuckles to herself. Yes, I was a very, very young child last time he was seen.
Whereabouts seen? The north part of the mountain range, near here, correct?
Actually, just to the west of here. Last he was spotted was maybe 25, 30 years ago. Out just near the coast, stopping some travelers to engage in, I think what he would call it, chit-chat.
Interesting. I wouldn't mind meeting this dragon myself.
Well, wouldn't we all? But unfortunately, Balurian, she's looking around as if the dragon's going to overhear her. She's a lazy one. She sleeps for decades on end. Entire generations pass by while she slumbers. Very sleepy, lazy dragon. If you find her and wake her, I would love an account of the details.
Do you think that she'd eat me if I woke her up?
50-50?
50-50. I like those odds.
Depends if you have any good gossip, I suppose.
Oh, I've got gossip. Trust me. I know all sorts. You wait till I can tell you about the princess down in Wictron. Unbelievable.
Yes. I hear she's a slutty whore.
Yeah.
I mean,
actually,
I guess all Drakissians are, but, you know.
Well, they're not all so bad. Some of them are okay.
Do you ever hear the one about the Drakissian soldier who tried to invade Akuba?
I didn't know.
He got lost and ended up in Matava. They're so stupid. They just walk in circles. If they can't see the top of the trees and the shadows the trees cast. They can't find. They can't even tell the difference between a tree shadow and they're ridiculous. Drakissians, they're no sense of direction whatsoever. Wander in circles. That's why they've never conquered the world. Is they just get trapped in their own kingdom, just going in circles for ages.
Yeah, they did beat Akuban in that war, though, didn't they?
Well, it seems like I've answered all your questions. Maybe it's
Time to go. Yeah, very well, Lady Aura. I'll be seeing you around. Thanks for the chat.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Unbelievable, these people. I mutter to myself as I walk out.
That's probably exactly what she's mumbling to herself as you walk away. Unbelievable, this wizard, this guy.
I'm not even from Drakis, but I feel the need to defend them from these Akuban dogs. As it's the William inside me. I feel like they're personally insulting me. Okay. Yeah, if it's daytime, I will head out today. Have we already stayed the night? I think I have to stay the night that I arrive, but then the next day,
yeah.
I'm gonna... Well, I mean, how do you find a dragon? I polymorph self, and I'll actually... No, I do need to have stone skin, so I'm gonna fly out over to the ridge, or maybe I'll get... There's no road to the base of the mountains, is there?
No.
How far is that? 13 miles. Could I get a boat down the river to the edge of the mountains? Or
no, there's not many boats that travel up that river.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about saving the duration on the polymorph. So what I'll do is I'll cast invisibility on it. I don't need to relearn any spells because I've had these same spells learned. So I'll cast invis and relearn it in the morning. And then I'm going to follow the river down to the base of the mountain.
Okay.
On foot, and then when I get there, I'll polymorph.
Okay, give me just a moment here. Not have any mountain overlays? No. Do this instead. Okay. So you're heading towards the base of the mountain. You are walking along the river, you said?
Yeah, I'm going to follow the river, yeah.
Okay. So at the base up here near Yatel, there is a bridge that crosses the river right here at Yatel. And as you follow up it, maybe half your day or so, maybe a little less than half your day, you see another bridge right here with Thaden Laud just on the other side. You see some nice wooden towers that sort of like twist and turn and wind to flank either side of the bridge on the other side, as well as some sort of like spiked barricades to help block off people. You don't spot any guards over there at all. The bridge looks totally abandoned, and I wouldn't say unkempt because it's already it's like one of those root bridges that was built from trees on one side, and the roots were stretched all the way across the river, and it's a pretty decent-sized river here. It's like 150 feet or something, but they've managed to bring the roots across it, but it's eerily empty and quiet.
That's pretty cool. I think I'm gonna avoid the elves if I can. If I can't find the dragon, then I might return to Thaden Lod and attempt to speak to some, old as fuck elf who might have a better idea of where it is. But that's a secondary option. Hopefully, I can just find it on my own. So I will walk past its bridge for now, noting where it is, though. And I don't for 1 minute think that bridge isn't being watched.
Yeah.
So I continue going. Yeah, I'm invisible. So yeah.
Perfect. And you can follow the river until you hit the canyon system where the sides become difficult to walk on. And you're sort of like in this zone right here, which is all like twisty and windy with, crevices and rocks and ledges and falling passages. And you might have to walk up the river or scramble or something.
No, I think if it's starting to get difficult to walk, I think now I'll cast polymorph.
Okay. You polymorph yourself into a falcon, an eagle, a wren?
Eagle, yeah. A giant eagle, I think it is, yeah. And I don't know, I'm going to assume that the dragon is somewhere in this first 40 miles down here. But I'm going to start with this stretch of 15 miles. I've got 2.5 hours, so...
So what are you just going to look for anything unusual?
I mean, I feel like a cave on the side of the mountain that a dragon would sleep in would have to be pretty big. So maybe I'll see it. I appreciate that there's probably a chance that this is a fruitless way of looking for
Why don't you roll me a perception check, and we'll just see how your first pass over the ridge goes.
No,
Oh my
nice.
god.
Got it.
Holy shit. Okay. You don't spot any caves, but what you do spot are some nasty claw marks. Right in, like, this canyon between these two peaks right here.
Okay. Well, then what I'll do is I can polymorph into a smaller bird and get a closer look.
Yeah. There are some long, like, 2 meter, 3 meter high claw marks in the sheer cliff of the mountain that looks like something big once upon a time climbed up here. And as you investigate the area, you find other similar claw marks and a lot of rubble down in this pass that, I mean, all these canyons have rubble, but this has an unusual amount of it, as if things keep getting knocked down here.
So it looks like maybe, is there like a place I could, like a ground that you could walk on in a ridge in the pass sort of thing, like in the Shadow Mountains where the other dragon was?
Yeah, you start perusing the area, and you find down near the very base of the canyon, far, far away from the peaks, nestled between shadows and obscured from all possible sight. You actually have to, like, go down and around and through and back. You do see a smallish cave, maybe 10 feet high, 15 feet high at the very most, and only like 8 or 9 feet wide. So more of like a vertical slit than a nice wide cave. And it is at this entrance that you do see claw marks, big claw marks.
Okay, stealing myself, because this didn't go so well for me the last time I entered a dragon's cave. But I pull out one of my light stones and roll it down into the cave.
So you change from bird form to human form.
Yeah, it's a human. Yeah, I've got a casting stone skin at the start of every day, by the way, just so. Okay.
We should also determine how long it took you to get here. It is, you probably stopped here, so it's about 8.5 miles. You were traveling as a falcon, and you have 2 hours in form?
Let me just check the exact, it's more than 2 hours. Polymorph, self. It's 2 turns per level, so 180, so 3 hours.
3 hours? Okay. Yeah. So it probably took you about 1.5 hours, maybe 2 hours to find this place, because you're searching carefully. You're not just cruising.
Sure.
So we'll call it 2 hours to get here. You've got 1 hour left on your spell.
That seems reasonable.
Turn into a person and throw a light stone into the cave.
And I search like I pull out like a nice couple of gems that maybe I have to give to the dragon if it wakes up. So I roll a light stone in, and my immediate thought is like, is there a dragon right there? Or does it just
there is not. The light stone rolls in 30 or 40 feet, illuminating this like large passageway that gets taller but not much wider as it goes back.
Okay, so I walk up to where the stone was, I pick it up.
Okay. You walk on in, and that is when the wall on your right side begins to shift, and a creature made out of stone steps from the wall.
I am invisible, Neal, but that's okay, right?
That's fine. It'll still happen regardless of your invisibility. But we're going to take a break here as the rock monster comes to form. We will see you guys on the other side of our break. Bye-bye.
Bye.